What if you could hold $50 million in your heart right now without fear, without doubt, and without the thought that it is too much for you? Imagine the feeling of fully embracing this level of prosperity, not as a faraway dream, but as a present reality. Many people imagine great wealth and then quickly push it away with thoughts like, "That's not possible for me," or "That amount is too big." These thoughts are walls, and walls keep blessings out. But the truth is that prosperity is not meant to be kept at a distance. Prosperity is meant to be welcomed. When you open your arms, your mind, and your spirit to $50 million, you are saying to the universe, "I am ready. I am worthy. I allow abundance to flow to me now." Think about the weight of those words. I embrace $50 million fully. Not halfway, not with hesitation, not with a nervous smile that hides doubt, but fully. To embrace means to accept completely, to pull close, to receive without resistance. When you embrace abundance in this way, you align yourself with the natural flow of wealth. You no longer see money as something outside of you, but as a reflection of the richness already within you. You stop looking at wealth as a stranger, and you begin to see it as a trusted friend who has always been by your side. This is not just about money. This is about energy. Money is one form of the endless energy of creation. When you close your heart to money, you are closing your heart to one stream of the universe's energy. But when you open, when you embrace, when you allow, the stream flows freely and multiplies. This is why the words you speak matter. When you say, "I embrace $50 million fully," you are choosing to live as if abundance already belongs to you. You are stepping into the vibration of wealth. You are choosing to identify not with lack, but with unlimited prosperity. The question is not whether $50 million exists. The question is whether you allow it to exist in your life. And allowing begins with belief. When you truly believe, the door opens. The universe does not withhold from those who are willing to embrace. The universe is generous, overflowing, and ready to deliver. Your only work is to align your heart, your mind, and your spirit with abundance so that wealth can flow into your life without obstruction. Now pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you wish. Say these words inside yourself with quiet confidence. I embrace $50 million fully. Feel the vibration in your chest. Feel the energy of those words expanding your mind and lifting your spirit. Notice how the thought of resistance begins to dissolve. Notice how space opens within you, a space that is ready to be filled. This is the beginning of transformation. This is the opening that allows everything else to come. Money is not only about numbers in a bank account. It is not only about paper bills or shiny coins. Money is a mirror of your thoughts and beliefs. It reflects the way you see yourself and what you believe you deserve. If your thoughts are full of doubt, fear, and guilt, money will feel heavy, scarce, and hard to reach. If your thoughts are open, confident, and grateful, money will flow like water, naturally and easily. This is why mindset matters more than anything else when it comes to wealth. Imagine two gardens. In the first garden, the soil is filled with weeds of doubt, fear, and negative beliefs. No matter what seeds you plant, the weeds choke them. Growth is slow, and the harvest is small. In the second garden, the soil is rich, soft, and fertile. Seeds of prosperity are planted, and they grow into strong, healthy plants. The harvest is abundant. Your mind is like that soil. What you think and what you believe create the conditions for your prosperity to grow. When you say to yourself, "I embrace $50 million fully," you are planting a new seed. At first, the soil of your mind may still contain weeds, old beliefs that whisper, "That's too much," or "You don't deserve it." But with daily practice, those weeds begin to die away, and the new seed of abundance takes root. The more you nurture it with positive thoughts and affirmations, the stronger it grows. Soon, your mental garden is filled with the rich growth of prosperity, and $50 million no longer feels strange or impossible. It feels natural. Mindset shapes your world in ways that are both subtle and powerful. If you carry the belief that money is scarce, you will overlook opportunities. They may appear right in front of you, but your mind will dismiss them. If you believe that abundance flows to you easily, your eyes will open, and you will recognize new possibilities. Your choices will shift, your energy will attract more, and doors will open where walls once stood. Every wealthy person began with a belief. The belief may have been small at first, but it grew until it was unshakable. That is what you are building now. You are building a mindset that no longer rejects wealth, but welcomes it. A mindset that no longer doubts, but trusts. A mindset that no longer feels unworthy, but knows it is worthy of every blessing. Money does not control your mind. Your mind controls your money. And when your mind is aligned with abundance, the flow of wealth becomes unstoppable. It is not about chasing money. It is about becoming so aligned with prosperity that money has no choice but to flow to you. Many people desire wealth, but when they think of very large sums, like $50 million, they feel fear rise up inside them. That fear comes from old programming. Maybe you were taught that too much money is dangerous. Maybe you were told that people with wealth are greedy or selfish. Maybe you were told that money changes people and not for the better. These ideas take root in the subconscious, and they create fear whenever you think about great wealth. But fear is only a shadow. It is not the truth. The truth is that $50 million is simply energy in a larger form. It is not heavier, darker, or more complicated than smaller amounts. It is only your belief about it that makes it feel that way. If you believe that $50 million is overwhelming, then it will be. If you believe that $50 million is natural, supportive, and a blessing, then it will be that as well. The amount of money is neutral. The meaning you give it shapes your experience. To release fear around big money, you must replace the old beliefs with new ones. You must say to yourself again and again, I am safe with money. I am wise with money. I am free to embrace $50 million fully. As you say these words, feel the fear shrink. Fear cannot survive where truth is spoken. Truth is light, and light dissolves shadows. Each time you repeat these affirmations, you are teaching your mind that money is not something to fear. It is something to welcome with joy. Think about how many good things you could create with $50 million. Think of the security it would bring, the opportunities it would open, the ways it would allow you to give and share. Let yourself feel how positive and expansive that much wealth can be. Replace every thought of fear with a thought of love, gratitude, and joy. Money is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is here to help you live your highest potential. Fear whispers that you are not ready, but the truth is that you are. You would not feel the pull toward greater wealth if your spirit was not prepared to receive it. The desire itself is proof that abundance is meant for you. The fact that you can imagine it means that it already exists in your field of possibility. Fear cannot stop what is already written for you. All it can do is slow you down if you allow it. But today, you choose not to allow it. Today, you choose to embrace wealth without fear. So breathe deeply. Say the words again. I embrace $50 million fully. Feel the strength in those words. Feel the freedom that comes when fear falls away. With each repetition, you are becoming more aligned with abundance. With each repetition, you are saying yes to prosperity. With each repetition, you are stepping into the life that has been waiting for you all along. There is a quiet truth about abundance that often goes unnoticed. What you resist will persist, but what you embrace will grow. Many people desire prosperity, yet they push it away at the same time. They say they want more money, but in their hearts, they feel guilt about receiving it, or they carry shame about wanting it. This inner conflict creates resistance. Resistance is like a closed door, and no matter how much abundance knocks, the door does not open. When you resist wealth, you tell the universe you are not ready. You may not say it with words, but your energy sends the message. Thoughts like, I don't need that much, or that amount feels selfish, act like invisible blocks, and those blocks keep money at a distance. But when you choose to embrace wealth, something shifts. The door opens. You no longer send mixed signals. You stand in clarity and say, I am ready to receive. I am open to abundance. I embrace prosperity with joy. Think about the difference between holding your arms tight across your chest versus opening your arms wide. One posture closes off the world, the other welcomes it in. Your relationship with money works the same way. If you close yourself with guilt, fear, or judgment, wealth cannot flow to you. But when you open your arms to embrace it fully, you invite money to come closer. You invite it to become part of your life, not as a burden, but as a blessing. Resistance is rooted in old stories. Perhaps you grew up hearing that money is the root of evil. Perhaps you were taught that people who have a lot of money are greedy or dishonest. These stories create walls in your mind, but they are not the truth. Money is simply energy. It can be used for harm or for good, depending on the heart of the one who holds it. When your heart is aligned with love and purpose, wealth becomes a tool for healing, growth, and joy. Embracing wealth is not about clinging or hoarding. It is about welcoming money with peace, gratitude, and trust. It is about saying, I can handle great abundance and I will use it wisely. This shift dissolves resistance. It replaces tension with ease. It transforms money from something scary into something sacred. So ask yourself, am I resisting wealth in any way? Do I feel guilt, shame, or fear when I think of $50 million? If so, release it now. Replace it with the thought, I embrace $50 million fully. I welcome prosperity without fear. I receive abundance with peace and joy. Repeat this until the words feel natural. This is how resistance turns into acceptance. This is how lack turns into flow. Words are powerful. They shape thoughts, and thoughts shape reality. The affirmation, I embrace $50 million fully, is more than a sentence. It is a declaration of worthiness, openness, and alignment. By repeating it, you train your mind to believe it, and what the mind believes, the body and spirit begin to live. When you speak this affirmation, say it slowly. Let each word sink in. I embrace means you are no longer holding money at arm's length. You are pulling it close, like a loved one. $50 million is not just a number. It is a symbol of unlimited abundance, security, and freedom. Fully means without doubt, without guilt, without resistance. Together, these words become a key that unlocks new possibilities in your life. The reason affirmations work is because they create new pathways in the brain. Old beliefs about scarcity have been repeated for years, and repetition has made them strong. But when you replace them with affirmations of abundance, the new pathways grow. With enough repetition, they become stronger than the old ones. The mind begins to expect prosperity instead of lack. And when the mind expects prosperity, the universe responds. Affirmations must be spoken with feeling. If you simply repeat them without emotion, they remain empty. But when you say, I embrace $50 million fully, with joy, gratitude, and certainty, the words carry energy. That energy shifts your vibration, and your vibration attracts new experiences. Make this affirmation part of your daily routine. Say it in the morning when you wake up. Say it at night before you sleep. Say it when doubts arise, as a way of silencing the voice of fear. Say it until the words feel natural, until they feel like truth, until they feel like they belong to you. The more you repeat it, the more your subconscious accepts it as reality. Imagine yourself already living in the reality of $50 million. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you feel? Allow those emotions to rise as you say the words. Let your body and spirit align with the vision. This is how affirmations move beyond words and become living truths. The phrase is simple, but its power is limitless. I embrace $50 million fully. Let it echo in your heart. Let it take root in your mind. Let it become the song you sing each day until abundance is no longer a dream, but a natural state of being. Visualization is the bridge between thought and reality. When you close your eyes and picture yourself already living with $50 million, your mind begins to accept it as truth. The subconscious does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. This is why visualization is so powerful. It allows you to live in the reality of prosperity before it arrives in form. Begin by finding a quiet space. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Now, imagine what life looks like when you have embraced $50 million fully. Picture your home, your environment, your freedom. See the accounts filled with wealth, the doors of opportunity wide open, the feeling of security in every part of your life. Don't just see it, feel it. Feel the peace of knowing your needs are met. Feel the joy of giving generously. Feel the confidence of standing in your power. Visualization is not about greed. It is not about clinging to things. It is about aligning with abundance as a natural state. It is about training your heart and mind to see wealth as something you are worthy of. When you visualize yourself as prosperous, you step into the energy of prosperity. You begin to act, think, and choose in ways that attract it to you. Some people think visualizing $50 million is too big. They fear they cannot hold the image. But remember, the mind can imagine far more than the body has yet experienced. If you can see it in your imagination, you can invite it into your reality. The clearer you see it, the more your subconscious aligns with it. And as your subconscious aligns, the universe matches your vibration with experiences that reflect it. Each day, spend a few moments imagining your prosperous life. See yourself smiling with peace. See yourself free to pursue passions, to give, to enjoy. Let your body feel the emotions as if they are happening now. This feeling is the magnet. This feeling is what draws prosperity closer. Combine your visualization with the affirmation, I embrace $50 million fully. As you see yourself living in abundance, repeat the words. The vision and the affirmation together create a powerful force. They align your mind, heart, and spirit with the frequency of wealth. They dissolve doubt and replace it with certainty. When you consistently visualize prosperity, you shift your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who hopes for abundance. You see yourself as someone who already lives in abundance. That identity attracts the experiences to match it. And soon, what you once pictured in your imagination becomes the life you live each day. Every person carries invisible barriers in the mind that block the natural flow of abundance. These barriers often form in childhood, when words about money are absorbed without question. You may have heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, or rich people are greedy. Over time, these phrases shape beliefs that sit quietly in the subconscious, whispering doubt whenever prosperity appears. When you imagine holding $50 million, those barriers may rise up. You may hear the thought, "That's too much for me," or "I don't deserve that amount." These are not truths. They are old voices that no longer belong in your life. They are limits, and limits exist only in the mind. The universe itself is limitless. Abundance flows without end, and there is no shortage of wealth. The only real shortage is created by the beliefs we hold. To remove these barriers, you must first recognize them. Listen to the thoughts that arise when you think about money. Do they support abundance, or do they create resistance? Once you identify the limiting belief, replace it with a new one. For example, instead of thinking, "I don't deserve $50 million, say, "I am worthy of unlimited prosperity." Instead of thinking, "That's too much," say, "The universe has more than enough, and I allow it to flow to me." Another common barrier is guilt. Some people feel guilty for having more than others, but wealth is not taken from someone else when it flows to you. Money is created and recreated every day in countless ways. There is no need for guilt when you receive. In truth, the more abundance you have, the more you can give, share, and uplift others. Wealth in the hands of a loving heart is a blessing to the world. As you release each barrier, your spirit feels lighter. The flow of money becomes smoother, easier, more natural. You no longer fight against yourself. You no longer stand in your own way. You become an open channel for prosperity, allowing it to enter and expand. Each time a limiting thought rises, respond with love and strength. Remind yourself, "I embrace $50 million fully. Nothing blocks my abundance. I allow prosperity to flow without end." Alignment is the secret to lasting wealth. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned with abundance, prosperity flows as naturally as the breath you take. Affirmations are the tools that create this alignment. Each time you speak them, you tune yourself to the frequency of prosperity. Speak these affirmations with confidence. "I am open and receptive to infinite prosperity. I am worthy of wealth in every form. I am grateful for the $50 million flowing into my life. I am a magnet for financial blessings. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. I am free to embrace wealth fully and joyfully. I am continually attracting new opportunities for prosperity." Notice how your body responds as you say these words. Feel the shift in your energy. Affirmations are not empty phrases. They are declarations of truth. They remind your mind of what your spirit already knows, that you are abundant by nature and prosperity is your rightful state. Make these affirmations part of your daily practice. Write them down, speak them aloud, repeat them silently in your heart. Each time you do, you reinforce alignment. Each time you do, you invite prosperity closer. And with repetition, the affirmations become not just words you say, but truths you live. When you align fully with abundance, doubt fades, fear dissolves. You stand firm in the knowing that wealth belongs to you, not as a distant hope, but as a present reality. And from this place of alignment, $50 million becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Prosperity is not built in a single day. Just as a tree does not grow to its full height overnight, wealth consciousness develops with time, care, and daily practice. Commitment is the soil in which abundance grows. Without it, seeds dry up. With it, they flourish. Commit to repeating your affirmation daily. "I embrace $50 million fully." Commit to visualizing your abundant life with clarity and joy. Commit to releasing old limits whenever they rise. Each act of commitment is a signal to the universe. I am serious about my prosperity. I am ready to receive. 21 days of daily repetition is enough to create powerful shifts in the mind. But true commitment is lifelong. You do not stop nurturing your abundance after 3 weeks. You continue just as you continue to breathe, to eat, to grow. Prosperity is not a destination, it is a way of living. Your practice does not need to be long or complicated. A few minutes each day is enough to shift your vibration. What matters most is consistency. Show up every day for your abundance, and abundance will show up every day for you. Let this commitment be joyful. Do not treat it as work. Treat it as a gift you give yourself. With each repetition, you step closer to your prosperous reality. With each visualization, you strengthen the bond between thought and manifestation. With each act of alignment, you build a foundation that cannot be shaken. You now stand in a place of new awareness. You have opened your heart to the idea of embracing $50 million fully. You have recognized the power of your mindset, released fears and barriers, and chosen to replace them with affirmations of alignment. You have committed to a daily practice that nurtures prosperity step by step, day by day. Wealth is no longer something outside of you. It is something within you, reflected in the way you think, feel, and act. You are no longer resisting abundance. You are embracing it with open arms. You are no longer doubting your worthiness. You are declaring it with strength and clarity. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are giving yourself permission to receive. Remember this truth: the universe responds to openness. The universe responds to belief. The universe responds to alignment, and you are aligned now. You are ready now. You are worthy now. So repeat once more with deep conviction: I embrace $50 million fully. Say it until the words are etched into your heart. Say it until they feel like the most natural truth in the world. Say it until your life begins to reflect it in ways both small and great. Abundance is your nature. Prosperity is your destiny. The flow of wealth is already moving toward you. With each thought, each affirmation, each moment of belief, you are drawing it closer. And soon, the $50 million you embrace in spirit will be the $50 million you live in reality.